pineapple belong on pizza? Absolutely it does. I fucking love pineapple on pizza.
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie. I did it again.
What'd you do again?
So last week, when I started stream, I didn't press go live.
I noticed it wasn't live. I just didn't say anything. I didn't know.
God damn, bro. 2 weeks in a row.
It's okay. You can just do it again. It's all good.
Nah, we good. We good. I ain't even gonna lie. Shout out YouTube chat for holding it down and everybody asking where it was. If y'all missed that first song, it's gonna be linked in the description. It's called Lovesick by Swaine and Eric Godlow. Bear with me, that was crazy. Anyways.
Sorry guys, Dev is making a mockery of this YouTube thing. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
This second song that I'm playing is in my, I was gonna say top 5, but Swaine, I can't put numbers on your songs, bro. But it's definitely one of my most played songs by Swaine. It references an older song, and I think that the all-around vibe of it is perfect for getting this thing rolling. And what we'll talk about, and kind of what I said in the previous episode, I think it was episode 7, Scene Builders, saying that Swaine has something for everybody, and I think this song appeals, or potentially can appeal to everybody. So this is Depth by Swaine.
Throwback. It's a real throwback. Fucking this so does this fucking Dev guy let Swaine host. Honestly, nah. Dev's a better host than I am. I can't host anything. Went from non-believer to the GOAT. I don't need no love, I just need me for the growth.
For the grove. For the grove, yeah. I
missed a bunch of the chat. Would you kiss someone on the lips? Wait, would you kiss someone with pineapple on pizza flavored chapstick? Ew, that sounds disgusting. I just started fucking with me now. Went from non-believer to the GOAT.
Yo, Doa's here? No way. Every episode, bro. Dove inside the depths. Where I was kept out.
That was literally 6'6", made 6 figures and has a Mercedes. Is that true?
I mean, Swaine, you've seen me and you've seen my car. No, it is not true.
So I can confirm he's 6'6", and he drives a Mercedes.
God damn it. Bro's getting the dev shots. Yo, y'all too freaky, bro. Damn.
Yo, what the fuck?
Oh my.
I've seen some insane things in the chat today. I heard when Dev stands on his money, he's 16'16". So he's 17'2". Quick math, probably wrong. Oh, it does reference an old song, bro. I haven't heard this song in forever.
Canyon Interlude, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Bro doesn't know his own music.
If you asked me to name anything past like 2 years ago, I would have no fucking idea.
Bro, I'm about to go right into the collab screen. I don't even want to do the solo. I'm so hyped to get this done. So hyped to talk to you.
Do your thing. Don't worry. Do your thing. Ow, Jesus. Just slammed my knee.
Be safe, bro. We need you for the interview.
Don't worry. Injured or not, I'll be here. In context, that sounds freaky as hell.
They are freaky, bro. There's some freaky frogs in this chat.
Use the typing. I forgot to email someone and open. I apologize. I shouldn't be working during this, but just bear with me. I don't need no love. I just need me for the growth. Need me for the growth. I just don't want to forget. I just started fucking with me now, and from non-believer out, yeah. Baby, do you fuck with me? I don't. I just started fucking with me now. Went from non-believer to the GOAT.
What's up, chat? This next song I'm gonna play, basically the request comes from Swaine himself.
Yes, sir.
This is one that I've
I wanted
seen.
to hear this one. It's one of my favorites.
I saw it live and I screamed every single lyric of it. To the point where I think the person
Crazy.
who was next to me in the skate shop in Allentown last year was pretty fucking annoyed with me. But if you like the music, why not say every word to it? This is called Beach Bum by Swaine.
Yes. Love this song, dude.
Hey, 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 hey. You can get sturdy to this, bro. I'm not gonna. Don't ask me to get sturdy, guys, but you could.
Don't ask me either.
Don't hold a candle to me. Don't give a fuck about no gossip, homie. Don't give a fuck about no tea. I'm all in on a dream. I'm all in on the dollar shit. I got racks up to my teeth. Got business to discuss with a family.
Yeah.
Might put my name on your album, drop footprint, rest in your beast. Might disappear with my girl, catch me drunk selling the palm trees. Beach bum tensions up, might get sandy with me. Might cop a Cartier crash just so I could say I fucking did. Might pop up unannounced, have him asking who's he, how the fuck's he in. Grown up, now I'm holed up in a lab like a damn scientist. Big ups to my dogs, hitting night vibes like some late drive shit. Text me, say sorry, I don't give a fuck, I ain't sorry. You'll never hear those words come out of me. This ain't therapy or interrogation. I'm more inter than I should be. Blink and you'll miss me. You'll regret that heavily.
Scary movie application.
One of my favorite songs I've ever made.
Yo, it's definitely hard. And what's crazy is like when that came out, I was like, yo, this is like, you take a different lane sometimes with some of the singles, and I think that's what keeps everything fresh, bro. Like you be one rapping ass dude, and then you come out with some melodic hard stuff that I can see at a festival like that, bro. You know. Anyways,
Thank you,
welcome back to Conversations in the Sewer, y'all. Tonight is episode 11. It's about Swaine himself. I'm building on a previous segment from episode 7, Scene Builders, where I had pretty much a hour rant on how much I love Swaine. And tonight's underlying theme of the conversation is underground loyalty, where he shows up for his people, he builds brick by brick, and he's letting work outlast any hype. It's all about building the foundation for what's to come. But before I get into the actual conversation with Swaine, I once again have a couple things that I want to go over. First of all, this isn't on my list, but I literally just got the email while I was sitting here with Swaine. Meta has responded to me, so I don't know if I'm going to get my Instagrams back or not, but Meta's at least talking to me, so that's good. But first thing that I want to actually talk about, Nashville is next Saturday. What date is that? I think that's the 27th. Yep. September 27th, Nashville, Tennessee. At the end, Sewerperson, Nick Prosper, and damn, who was the last person, bro? JU. Damn, I can't believe I forgot that. My bad, bro. Tickets are $22 with tax, around that 23ish is what I paid. And right now, online, and then at the door they'll probably be a little more. It says $22 on the flyer, but with tax it'll probably be a little more. Second, we have artist submissions open. It'll be in the description. It's a Google Forms link. Send your song, send one of your friends' songs, send a song that you like by Sewerperson or Swaine or somebody in the scene, 93 Feet of Smoke, Fatsy, anybody. Soft Heart, you guys can submit literally anything. At this point, I'll play it probably. Third of all, community submissions. This week, I am continuing the question from last week because this whole episode is about Swaine. So if you didn't already submit an answer for the question from last week's stream, please do so now or tonight, tomorrow, within the next 7 days. The question was, what time of day do you most enjoy listening to Sewerperson, and why do you think that is? So now that I'm done yapping, it's time for the man of the hour. I'm sitting here with the boy Swaine.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me. I appreciate that. I'm happy to be here. What can I say? I'm happy to be here with Dev. I'm glad he's given me this opportunity. I'm glad to be here, and I'm excited to talk with you guys and just have a good conversation.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. Swaine,
Yeah.
in my words, is a multi-talented artist who's treated his output like a promise. He has patience while writing. He's steadily dropping tracks, albums, mixtapes on classic beats, and he's built his own world, Swaine's world, without taking any shortcuts. Um, there's no pressy theater tricks here. It's just his process with intent and his choices that keep his career honest and straightforward. Nothing's a facade. Nothing's for show. This man lives exactly what he raps. We're gonna let the timeline breathe tonight. We're gonna keep all the talk natural as possible, and try to focus on why the records land in the way that they do. Craft first, numbers second. My simple goal is a full on ramp introduction to Swaine's career, a clear path, no fluff, pointed towards what's next. So, without further ado, let's start at the top, bro. For those in the chat who may not know you, introduce yourself. Who is Swaine?
I go by the name of Swaine. I am a rapper, singer, producer from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, from the Great White North. Cold up here. Yeah, I am. I don't even. It's just. I just love this shit. Like I don't have a musical background of any kind. I'm not like, I didn't grow up making music or anything. I just always listened to music, loved music, and that was my thing. I eventually I just kind of thought like, I wonder how they do this. You know what I mean? I always loved hip hop and rap. My dad would have me listening to like Tupac and shit in the car and 50 Cent and the classics. And then I eventually just wondered how it was done. I started doing it myself, and here we are. I'm obsessed now and addicted, and yeah, still doing it.
Speaking on 50 Cent, bro, I remember we had a prior conversation probably like 2 years ago at this point in your Discord, and I was like, who's your favorite rapper? And what's your favorite album? You were like, Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent. Is that still true today?
It's not true. I still, don't get me wrong, I fucking love 50 Cent. He's top 5 all time, in my opinion. My favorite hip hop album of all time is The Eminem Show by Eminem. That
Ooh.
is, in my opinion, just like top to bottom, an absolute masterpiece, masterclass of writing, of rapping, of everything, of storytelling, of mixing and mastering. It just sounds like ear candy. Yeah, that's unfortunately 50 lost that spot, but he's up there still. Get Rich or Die Trying and The Massacre are both phenomenal albums. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Good answer, man. Good answer. Eminem Show is pretty.
thank you.
It's a pretty high up there album, and Eminem's not somebody that I can like necessarily say I listen to on a frequent. But when you say The Eminem Show, who doesn't know that album if you know rap? At least
Exactly.
if you,
I don't get me wrong. Go ahead. Sorry.
if you call yourself a hip hop head, you should know that album.
I agree. I would agree. I was gonna say before I rudely interrupted you.
It's your show, bro. Go right ahead.
It's just thank you. I don't really listen to him at the moment either, especially not his new stuff. I'm just not a fan. But Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show, that's maybe the greatest run ever. Even just 2 albums, it's still a run to me, and it's insane. If he had retired after Eminem Show, it would have been arguably the greatest career of all time. Yeah,
He probably could have.
yeah. Aquafina said it best. Old Eminem is all heat. His newer stuff is where it's like, I don't know, bro. Exactly. I have no idea what to think of his new stuff, but the old stuff is classic, and it'll always be there as just, you can go back to it. It's masterpieces of art and hip hop.
So pivoting back to your career, enough Eminem love. This is about you tonight. For the new
Yeah.
listeners, what do you want them to know about your approach to music?
Okay, well, my approach to music has changed. It always changes, I feel like. Um,
Very frequently, I can't lie.
Currently, my approach to music, yeah, currently my approach to music is just, I recently read this thing. I talk about it all the time. It's like a philosophy, I guess. I read on Twitter of all places. And it was just like it was a picture of like a badly drawn circle that's badly filled in with color, and it just said advice for artists or something, make it exist first. And that just resonated with me because I always struggled with that, where I would like, if I start recording, I need to finish that session, that song, that session. Like it needs to be done, or else I lose the energy, and then I'm screwed for
Mm-hmm.
the next session. You know what I mean? So um, I try to force myself to take that approach, where it's just like make it exist, and it's been incredible for me. I just I now my new, you can ask Eric or Miles or anyone, but like I just will start something and it will be the shittiest version of it, and I'll just come back to it the next day and come back to it the next day and come back to it the next day until it's good. And it's just been way better for like my mental and pressure and all that stuff. And I feel like it comes out with better stuff, cooler stuff. So yeah. In the past, I spoke a little bit about it there, but I mean, it was always like one take shit where I was just like, I gotta finish this right now. And even honestly, I'm a bit embarrassed to say, but like there was a period in my music career where I would work on an album and I would know that I wasn't truly happy with it, but I would release it anyway because I was like, I can't go back and do re-record stuff and do this and that, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and I do regret that. But now I don't do that anymore. I'm persistent, and it's sometimes it goes to the opposite extreme where it's obsessing over like a little thing that I don't like in the song that most people would never notice, and it's just like trying to tweak. The other week I sent Dev a bunch of I sent you a bunch of demos and mixes because I was listening to them and mixing them and tweaking them for days ad nauseum, and it just wasn't working, and my ears were tired, and so yeah, it goes into the opposite extreme too, where there's negatives there. But yeah, I would say my new process currently is the one I'm most happy with and have been the most happy with in my whole career.
Good.
And that's why an album like The Long Cry came out in the first place, because the first version of The Long Cry was fucking terrible, terrible. So yeah, it had to be redone, and it was, and we scrapped most of it and redid the whole thing, and it came out to be a lot better. So yeah,
I highly doubt it was bad. Just saying.
it was awful, but sure.
um, what did your early SoundCloud years teach you about building your audience?
um, Honestly, at the beginning, I was just making like whatever. To be completely honest, most people probably don't know this. I had a different account before my Swaine account. Um, I don't even remember the name of it, to be honest. I remember the stage name that I had at the time, which was Doms, DOMM $. I was super into Travis Scott, so I did the $ thing. But it's like a shortening of my real name.
Mhm.
That account is no longer named Doms. I don't even know what it's named. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's called This Does Not Exist or something like that. Um, and I was just doing whatever, bro. I was recording with headset microphones. I
Mhm.
wasn't even like trying. Basically, if I looked back, if I were to go back in time, I'd be like, "What are you doing?" If I
It
were to see myself.
That speaks to your
Um,
artistry though, because that means that you were on go and just ready to put your ideas out there.
yeah, yeah. I originally just wanted to be a producer, to be honest, or not wanted to be, but I started off as a producer because I was like, "Oh, I'll get really good at producing, and then I'll start rapping." Um, but I couldn't wait. I didn't want to wait, so I didn't. Um, but yeah, I did that for a while, and then I made the new account. I was like, let's change my name. Let's try something else. And then I got an actual mic. It was a dynamic mic, and I think it was an Audio Technica, maybe.
Fire.
And yeah, I just did that for a while, and with that mic, I made Source and 1.6 and Ravenholm and all those albums. And then I just started thinking like to build my audience. It's actually kind of just stolen straight from the rapper Russ. Um, he had this whole thing when he was coming up about weekly releases. So I was like, I'll just do that. So I just started releasing every single week, um, every Friday. I'm sure you were there for that, Dev. I'm sure you remember it.
I remember
But
I remember linking them in here, and Sutechi was like, I didn't even catch up to last week's drop.
yeah, exactly. So I did that, and I would plan it so that I would make like 30 songs. So I have 30 weeks, and then I'd work on an album, and then like it would just seamlessly like single, 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 album, single, 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 and it would just continue, which I think is not very good because I'd release an album and then a week later there's already something new, which it's you're not allowing anyone to like consume the album and take it in and really listen to
And
it.
digest it, yeah.
Exactly, because an album, like any work of art, is a work of art, and works of art are meant to be, um, not just taken at face value. You're meant to like take it in, whether it's a book, a movie, a short film, a series, um, or music. And yeah, I think that was the weekly thing, though. As much as I say it wasn't that good because of the album thing, I think it did help build the majority of my core audience at the moment. I think most people that follow me and that like my stuff were there for that. So yeah, that was kind of it. Just kind of like a mentality of throw everything at the wall that I have and see what sticks. Some songs did great. Some songs were absolute garbage, and I put them out anyway. Um, yeah, that was it.
He's lying about that one. I don't think much garbage has came from you, bro, because if you think it's garbage, bro, it's a showcase of growth, you know? There's a lot of growth in your discography. I mean, what did I say? There's over 560 songs, was it? Like, dude, you're
Something like that. Yeah.
absolutely insane. Staying on the topic of SoundCloud beginnings and SoundCloud years, this comes up really often in conversations with you since you and Miles go way back. What were your first idea swaps like with him, and what do you think stuck from that era with you and Miles?
Me and Miles have been friends for a long time. Honestly, like we've collaborated quite a bit. We've made a lot of music together, but I feel like most of our idea swaps aren't even music related. They somehow turn into it later, but it's not like when me and Miles first met. We just met like we were in high school. We were in the same class, and we started talking about like video games we liked, and we turned out to like the same ones. So we went with it, right? But
Right.
when it came time to like start making music, we were kind of just fucking around. That's where those like joke songs come from that people know about in this Discord, like I forget the names, like Oculus Rift or whatever the hell it was, but
Yep.
um those were jokes, like we were just messing around. And then over time we both got serious about it, but I'd say even until like from then until now, me and him will often go on like walks together and just talk about everything about life. And that's to me that's like a part of the artistic process. It's not music, it's not writing anything, it's just having a discussion about life, about current events, about
Mm-hmm.
um, relationships, about whatever, anything. It doesn't matter. It could be funny, it could be sad, it could be anything. And sometimes you need that as an artist to just sit with someone and just talk, just
Exactly.
discuss. Yeah, so it's kind of like that. It's never been like, well, it's been sometimes when we work on music actively together, but most of the time it's just like casual conversation, not casual conversation, not casual, but conversation and just being friends. That's
Mm-hmm.
really it. We have worked together, we have written songs together, and like rap together and stuff. I've been on his album, he's been on my album, but for the majority of the time, it's just been discussions, conversations, going on long walks at night, and just like just shooting the shit, basically.
Genuine
Yeah,
friendships, yeah. I think that translates
yeah,
into your music too, because there's like, you guys make different types of music, but when you come together on the track, the chemistry is undeniable, no matter how different your sounds are from each other.
yeah.
So,
I would agree. I would agree. I think we mesh well together, both out of music and in music.
hmm,
So yeah.
sweet. You said something about Russ's template, basically for rap, and music, the industry period. He's a big proponent of being independent, staying independent, and pushing independence. What does being independent mean to you?
I mean, I think my vision for my career is the only time I would ever probably work with a label is if it's like a distribution deal, um, where they just help me move units, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
I would never let a label or anyone tell me what to do, how to do it, how to create stuff ever. I would never give up my creative control. It has to be, I have to have enough leverage to make the deal favorable for me and to just make it a distribution deal where it's like you're going to help me market and move stuff, but I'm the one that has the final say on when that happens, how it happens, etc.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that would be it. That's what I still consider that independent, to be honest, because you're only depending on the label at that point for marketing, which, and honestly, in this day and age, you don't even need a label for that. I don't think, because you can just make TikToks, you can make people do everything. They do skits, they do, like, I've been doing edits with like video games and stuff.
Fire. So fire.
Yeah,
The
thank you.
nostalgic video games like really they go well with your music, and you have a lot of music themed around games, so it's just I feel like it's easy
mhm.
for you to find something like that to match up.
Yeah, thank you. I agree. I love old games. I love video games in general. It's probably my other passion if I were to have two. And I just, it's actually really fun. I used to hate making content and just being like, oh, like I gotta go outside and
Mm-hmm.
people are walking by and watching me like sing at my phone. You know what I mean? It's a little bit weird. This mitigates that where I can do video game edits, and I've also been doing um, like videos. I haven't put out any yet, but videos where it's like my webcam and I'm recording the song and it's edited that way. It's that's pretty fun.
That's so
Um,
fire.
just learning to be creative like at home and not needing to go and make a fool of myself outside.
We're
Not to disrespect anyone that does that. Good for you if you can. It's hard for me.
I feel like for somebody who doesn't necessarily have that label backing, who have deep pockets, finding ways to for content production like that is only going to propel you farther, bro. Because like the labels usually use that as leverage to get you into one of those deals. But if you can market and you're figuring it out yourself, dude, like you already got the leverage there, bro. And you're somebody who your discography is strong when it comes to terms of labels. Just listening to your music, you can tell that you know what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's just I don't get how, as an artist of any kind, you're able or you're willing to give some entity, whether it's a label or anything, to give them control over what you make. To me, that's the opposite of what an artist is. An artist is supposed to be able to make their own decisions of what happens to the art.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I understand that labels are predatory, and oftentimes they take rappers or artists that are from poor neighborhoods or grew up and aren't very like business literate and stuff, and they know that, so they write weird contracts that they'll never understand and things like that they'll just sign. But
Yeah.
I think it's important as an artist in this day and age, especially, to become business literate and learn about those things and read and make sure you know that a lot of labels will do whatever they can to like to just to rob you
To
basically,
to get them.
and make you give up your freedoms. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. As I said, you have 560 plus songs posted on SoundCloud. So with those hundreds of uploads behind you, your discography is absolutely massive. There is something for everybody. What does the depth of your catalog let you do that, say, a short run with somebody who only has 2 albums and a couple singles can do?
Here's the thing. Um, whenever a new artist comes out and it's like, holy shit, this guy's blowing up. Um, their new song has a million, billion streams, whatever. And then maybe you'll hear that song and you'll be interested and you'll go to their Spotify or SoundCloud and you'll see that's the only song they have, or they have another one. That's it. There's nothing for a potential fan to like attach themselves to. You can only wait for someone to release something new for so long. So if they have one song or two songs, you listen to them and you're like, okay, well, I want more. And a lot of artists will do the opposite of what I did, and they'll release a song a year, and it's like, well, the song came out, is blowing up. This person's gonna, promote it forever, and then in a year they'll come out with something new. But it's been a year. I don't care anymore. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So I think for someone like me, if one song blows up, I think a lot of them will blow up with it because there's 500 plus. So any potential fan that comes across it will go, let me check this guy out, and they'll go, holy shit, this guy has like a billion songs. Look through a ton of them. I like this one. I don't like this one. I like this one. I don't like this one. And then they'll compile a little a playlist and or whatever, and they'll either become a fan or not. And I think that that's the main thing. It'll give you as a listener a lot of chances to fall in love with that artist.
definitely, definitely. Uh, I can't say it enough that there literally is something for everybody, and I think that is the advantage to your catalog. Because it's all so different too, bro. Like you went from melodic to rapping, back to melodic, and then you dropped some really hard tracks over like synthy, turn up, ragey beats. Like, you're dibbling and dabbling in everything, kind of just to, I feel like, get your feet wet and everything, but everything sounds confident when you do it. It's not just like, I'm gonna try this, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
so the next couple set of questions are about that catalog, those hundreds of uploads, pretty specifically. We're gonna start with a fan favorite for the OG fans that are there. Dunes.
Okay.
On Dunes, I know you said you don't remember a lot of your old music. Where did that patient and kind of like wide feel and the delivery of that come from? Because the drums, I said it in Scene Builders, the drums don't rush the music and you let the writing do all of the work.
I remember Dunes. I'll say that first. I do remember Dunes. Although I honestly, to me, Dunes was 10 years ago and not like 4 years ago, which is really weird. Time just kind of flew. But I couldn't honestly tell you what my inspiration was at the time, although I know I actually can. It was Travis Scott. I think around then I was listening to a shit ton of Astroworld,
Mm-hmm.
and Astroworld is a bit different from Dunes, but I feel like Travis Scott has the ability to make these songs that are like that, where it's like
Wow.
for example, the song My Eyes on Utopia, which is in the future from then, but it like gives room to breathe on the there's like it's hard to explain, but there's like it's just the words. It's almost like you're just focusing on the words that he's saying.
Right.
Favorite song off Astroworld? Sorry, I got distracted by the chat.
You're good.
Uh, I'll get back to you on that. Sorry. So Dunes at the time, I think I was very inspired by that, and I remember because a few of the beats on Dunes, if I remember correctly, at the time I was still using type beats. A few of them were Travis Scott type beats,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I think I wanted to make something that was very just like spacey and like otherworldly sounding. I think that was my kind of thing. That's why I made the sand blue in the cover art, because it was supposed to be like an alien planet kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Um, my early career is a lot of space references. So I don't know why, but yeah, I that was kind of the goal, and just to make it feel like you're on this uncharted territory, alien planet where you're like, I don't know what's going on. The whole point, it was supposed to have a narrative of like trudging through this unknown desert, and there's a whole bunch of weird shit happening, um and I
Dude.
think at the time I was also listening to a lot of I think around then After Hours came out by The Weekend, so I think I was listening to a lot of that too, um which is a phenomenal album. But
Too
yeah,
crazy.
that was kind of the idea, to create like a some of the songs, I think that song has a couple of house, or that album has a couple of house sounding songs. I think I was just trying to make like an album that's fun, where
Mm-hmm.
it's like party focused kind of, that also has like a strange narrative and a weird otherworldly feel to it.
You saying the Travis Scott thing really, like, I don't know if chat saw it, but as soon as you said that, it like clicked with me because Travis did a lot of the breathing, letting the beat breathe, carefully placing his vocals where, the even the ad libs are calculated. So you saying that, I definitely see how you can get that. And earlier you said something about a dollar sign. When I first found you on Swaine, I believe you had a dollar sign as your S.
I think I did. You're right. At one point, Swaine had a dollar sign, and that was again a Travis Scott thing. I was like obsessed with Travis Scott at that point. Um, yeah, it
I'm
was phenomenal.
I'm nerding out right now, bro. This is awesome. This
Yeah, no
is
worries, man.
awesome. Interviewing one of my goats right now, guys. My hands are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy.
Thank you, man. No need to be nervous. I'm honestly a bit nervous too. It's interviews I don't do often, so don't worry
What's
about it. We're
crazy
doing good.
is Wheelbarrow Fest was September 14th, 23, right? We
Hmm.
met each other
It was
in
over 2 years
person
ago.
2 years ago, almost to the day. And we've met
Yeah,
once or twice since. Twice. And,
twice since.
still I'm sitting here and I'm like fanboying out, guys. Like, this is crazy. I got one of my goats on the podcast. W's in the chat for real. Chat, come on, man. I'm gonna drop a W. This is
Absolutely.
awesome.
Do you mind if I look through the Astroworld track list just so I can answer that one question?
Do it, bro. We
I'm
got
just gonna do it real quick.
we got as much time as you want to take, bro. I really, like I said, tonight is the Swaine show, Swaine's World. We're traveling there, bro. I got the
Thank you.
questions, you got the answers. You're dictating it.
Okay, it's hard to choose one, but my favorite song on Astroworld is either "Stop Trying to Be God," "Astro Thunder," or "Can't Say." I think it might be "Astro Thunder."
Damn. That album's so good, bro. I loved Astro World every
It's
second of
that
it.
album is a masterpiece.
Doa in the YouTube chat
Such a good
can't say
album.
is so good. Yo, Doa's from Saudi Arabia, bro.
Sorry, I haven't. It's because I don't have dual monitors. I can't really see the YouTube
Nah, you're good,
channel.
bro. I'll let you
Sorry,
know if they
guys.
say if they have a question for you or something, bro. But I just wanted to point out Doa is staying up late for your interview, bro.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Sill's
That's
also
crazy. I hope.
Sill's also from over the pond, so we got a couple. Yo, Wasted's in the chat too. Wasted's almost 4 a.m. for
Yeah,
him. This is
you guys are crazy, man. You don't have to do that for me. Thank you.
Nah, they're doing it for you,
I
bro.
appreciate that.
They're doing it for you, and you guys are gonna keep doing it for our guests. Shout out to y'all. I love your chat.
Thank you.
um,
I'm glad the UK's got love for me. I see it in the chat. I've never been to the UK, but I really want to visit London. I want to visit Ireland. London's a city, I'm aware, but I just want to visit England and Ireland and Scotland and even Wales. I want to visit that countryside. Anyway, that's off topic.
that'd be
Sorry.
sick. Dude, I love traveling. I just went to Europe 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and I saw you right before it, and I was geeked. And I came back, bro, and my whole world has changed. Like all of my priorities have shifted just because I want to get back over there.
Mm,
Like that's really my goal in life is just to experience. Um,
yeah.
moving on with the questions. After Dunes, you had a self-production arc where you came out with some of my favorite music to ever be posted on SoundCloud, Moon God and Space Jam. When did it like
Okay.
click with you that you could carry full records end to end all by yourself?
Honestly, I don't really like the way I work on things is not I don't have like a natural affinity for these things. I don't personally think that I'm talented at making music or anything. I just think that I have I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I have the ability to just like if I really want to do something, I'll just learn how to do it to a extremely stubborn degree, I guess. It
Mm-hmm.
where like I just won't it will make me mad if I don't get better at it. So like I just do it and that's all it is with anything, with recording, with mixing, with producing. even something that's not music, like games and stuff. Like if I really love the thing and I truly want to get better, there are a ton of things that I've just quit because I didn't truly want to be better at them. But this priority one, I truly want to be better at in every aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just one of those things where I was like, again, I saw Russ. Russ was doing his own producing, and I was like, I want to do this. So I just started. And I started doing producing by myself from back before I was recording, but it was bad. And then I just started doing it again, and I kind of invented my own process, and then it just took off from there. And I still use most of that same process today for making beats. It's very simple. I wouldn't say I'm some kind of like producer aficionado or something. I usually do samples, and I just find cool like loops, maybe chop them up a little, edit them a little bit, add drums. I try never to take drum loops because I feel like that's cheating. But for
Okay.
myself, I don't knock anybody who does whatever they do. But and then I just do it. It's I don't want to sound cocky or anything like that. I'm not trying to. I just do it. I feel like a lot of people want to do stuff, but they don't just do them. Um, it's literally what Nike says, and Nike's right. Just do it. You know what I mean?
Bags.
That's not an ad. I'm not sponsored, but um, yeah. And if you, the main thing is you'll just do these things, and you'll suck. Like it'll be inevitable that you'll be bad at them, and you just have to be okay with that. Um, and to be fair, I like for example with producing, I still, for the life of me, can never figure out bass lines. I suck at doing bass lines. Oftentimes I'll ask Eric to do a bass line for me because I'm terrible at it. Um, and it pisses me off. It's something that I've always wanted to try, and sometimes I'll do it. Sometimes I'll actually do a bass line. I'm like, fuck yes, maybe I finally know how to do it. And then the next beat will come, and I'm like, I don't know how to do the bass line, bro. Um, and it just is. It is what it is at that point. But yeah, I'm still trying to get better. That's I'm always trying to get better. I don't think there's a time when anyone is ever at their peak at something. That's why Michael Jordan was still going to practice every day. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
All right. Building on the self-production arc, how do you think that your production choices complement your cadence, the samples that you pull, the samples that you find, some timing choices, the clip syllables in in your vocals, and how you let lines spill past the bar? How do you think all of that plays in to your music?
Hmm. That's another one of those things where it's like it's like I just do it. I don't know. I don't really have a rhyme or reason for it. I don't go into recording sessions planning like I'm gonna make the line spill past the bar here or anything like that. It's just at this point I've written so many songs and so many things that I just start writing, and I'm writing and I'm like wrapping it in my head, and I'm like, okay, that fits. And then I'll
Mm-hmm.
try it. If it doesn't fit, I'll just redo it. If it does, I'll keep going. Um, but honestly, if I were to assume or guess where it comes from, I used to watch, and I still do. I love watching artists make music behind the scenes.
Yup.
So I don't know how people in the chat will feel about this, but I'm a huge fan of Drake. Um, he's probably my favorite artist. I'm from Toronto. Okay. So,
It's valid, bro.
um,
It's valid.
and when Drake dropped that 100 gigs thing, there was a lot of behind the scenes work of just him in the studio recording live. Like, and and Tory Lanez used to do it when he was doing the Instagram lives. I've seen Lil Wayne do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I love Lil Wayne, but like all these artists and just like, yeah, just watching how they do it. And then eventually I think you come to a you come to like a process in your own head. It's like I think you start off emulating these people,
Right.
these other artists, your favorite artists, and then you just kind of the longer you do it and the better you get with intent, you have to try to get better. It will just kind of become its own thing that you do. I think every artist is probably a product of someone else, but they inject their self into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so things like spilling past the bar or the writing style or different flows and stuff, it's just a combination of experience, seeing how others do it, inspiration from other songs or the songs I'm currently listening to, and just that all of that together makes the process what it is in that moment, and it could be different every time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah,
You
I
said
hope
something
that's a good
about
answer.
it was a great answer, bro. All of these are great answers. It's a conversation where there's no right or wrong answers, man. It's a conversation with the this is a
Yeah,
conversation with the upcoming underground rap artist Swaine. He is the rapper of our underground scene. I said it before I went live with him, but he is
thank you.
one rapping ass dude, and if y'all aren't tuned in, you need to tune in, bro. I said the scene needs more bars, and he's got them. That's why I'm so psyched to have him on the platform. Just to one, hopefully he gets at least one new fan out of this, and two, it's just awesome to have the man who basically made me fall back in love with the underground scene. You know, on the podcast.
Thank you. That's a great. I think that's a huge accolade to have, to know that I made someone like come back to the underground scene. That implies that at some point you were off of it, and then the fact that I single-handedly may have brought you back is very cool. So I
Man,
appreciate that, and I'm glad.
it was so much bullshit SoundCloud music coming out for so long, Swain, bro. Like, yeah. In your last answer, you mentioned writing. Now, I know at one point you did write a lot, and then there came a time where you were punching in. What does that look like when you go to record now? Are you punching in or are you writing?
Currently, I'm writing. There was a period where when I found out that Lil Wayne doesn't write, and he doesn't even punch in. I'm pretty sure he just does the whole verse in one go
He's
off the top of his
superhuman.
head, which is unbelievable. I was like, I gotta do that. Like, I gotta. So I started doing it, but I was punching in. I was cheating. Um, and it's just fun. Sometimes it's fun to just punch in and just be like in the moment, just like I'm coming up with lines right now, right now, right now.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I think writing is the style I'm more comfortable with. I'm able to think a little bit more about it, and I'm able to come up with something super cool. My thing right now, I think my writing style right now, I just I'm sure someone's called it this before. Maybe in my own head, I call it like slick talk, like just saying cool shit. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
doesn't even have to be meaningful. It's just cool. Where like you'll hear it and you'll go, "Whoa, that's fire!" Like that's the kind of shit I like at the moment. I've been listening to a lot of Benny the Butcher and Conway the Machine and West Side Gun, and they do that shit a lot. Drake does that shit a lot. Lil Wayne does that shit a lot. Lil Wayne's the punchline king.
Yep.
So, um, yeah,
Yep.
I've been into that a lot, where it's like just talk slick, just make it sound cool, make the listener rewind it and be like, hold on, I gotta hear that again. You know what I mean? Um, yeah,
Word.
so just shit like that, and even like unfortunately that's a bar, like that kind of shit. I like stuff like that. It's funny. I like funny rapping too. Like it's
Yeah.
cool. I don't know.
Straight up.
Um, yeah,
You mentioned three of my local goats, bro. Griselda, man. I
Griselda's hot. Okay.
too crazy, too crazy. Their music is just spilling all over like the industry, not just the mainstream where they're at. It's spilling literally all over, and they're finally getting their recognition, not just them as a group but individually. You know, like Conway just did
Absolutely.
three European tours in the last 2 years. Like, that's insane for somebody who lives and grew up 45 minutes away from me, you know. um
Yeah. I think they're single-handedly kind of bringing back like boom bap. No one, I mean, a lot of people do that, like Joey Badass, and there's a ton of underground people
mhm.
that do it. But like they're at the forefront of it right now, where
Yeah.
they're kind of bringing it back, but in their own way. It's coke rap, but it's boom bap, and it's hard as fuck.
Funny you said Joey Badass. I went to West Side Gun Day.
Sorry, I apologize. I
Yep.
forgot to mention Freddie Gibbs. I love Freddie Gibbs. One day I'm gonna work with Freddie Gibbs. That's all I had to
you
say. Sorry,
you
go
put
ahead.
you put me on to Freddie Gibbs, bro. You put me on to Freddie Gibbs. So but funny you mentioned West Side Gun, because I just went to West Side Gun Day last month. Was it last month?
Mhm.
A couple weeks ago, yeah. And Joey Badass actually performed at West Side Gun Day. and he was part of the promotion for it to get West Side Gun more recognition, more tickets sold. Uh, I thought
Hmm.
that was just worth the mention, just because you mentioned that they're in the same realm and they're actually affiliated with each other now. So it's kind of, I don't know, to see somebody as industry, like Joey Badass has been industry for a very long time. And Griselda is still kind of, they just broke through into the mainstream, but they're still kind of in that underground, small clubs. Like Benny doesn't sell out theaters, like he's going to small clubs, 300, 400 people venues. Um, I thought that was
Yeah,
just worth the
yeah, for
mention
sure.
there. Um,
I just want to say real quick, 95 in the chat just asked, can you ask Swain if he prefers Alfredo 1 or 2? I'm gonna have to say 1. 2 I love. I loved it. I still listen to it. It's still in my rotation. 1 I have on disc, on CD. I
mhm.
fucking love Alfredo 1. I think that album's perfect. There's nothing I would change about it. There's zero skips. It's an amazing album.
Word. Good answer. Doa in the YouTube chat said he won me over. We'll definitely check out more of his music. So you did gain that one fan, at least.
Hey, great. Hey, shout out Doa. Doa said I was really polite, so thank you. I'm glad.
Moving on to switch gears into the album mode that you went into. You dropped an insane trilogy with Eric Godlow. If you guys in the chat don't know these three albums, 1.6, Source, and Ravenholm, please go check them out. I believe my segment in Scene Builders, at least 10 minutes of it was dedicated to fanboying over these albums. It's just amazing work. The production and in Swaine's, it was just an amazing mashup. What was the creative roadmap like? And how did the Counter Strike pacing translate into the arrangement of your music?
Um, if you know me, if you know anything about me, you know that I hold video games dear to my heart. Counter Strike is a game that I basically grew up with, even if I wasn't playing it necessarily when I was like too young to understand. But my older brother would play it, and I would always watch him play it. And that was back in the day when he was like when you had to go on like TeamSpeak to talk with your friends, or Ventrilo, or like shit like that, or Xfire, if anyone remembers that.
I just almost spit out my water, bro. You made me feel so old right there.
Yeah, yeah, bro. I'm gonna be 27 this year, and I don't know how I feel about that. But
Yeah.
anyway, um, I would watch him play all the time, and then I would play Counter Strike Source a lot. That was my favorite one, and I would play Surf and Bunny Hop and Death Run and Zombie Survival and
Mm,
all that stuff. Valve as a game company has been a huge part of my life.
yeah.
Um, I think Valve is the most important game company of history. But anyway, those albums, I just always loved those games, and I always wanted to make something that was like somehow related to a game. And I was like, well, I love Counter Strike. Maybe I should do those. So I started with 1.6, me and Eric did. And I was like, we were like, what if we make the song titles map names, and then we kind of sprinkle references to to the games. So we did.
Right.
Some of the songs have references to the games. Others are just about my life or whatever. At the time, I think at the time I had recently broken up with a girl from before, and then so stuff bled into that. And it was just fun, man. It was fun to like get footage of me and Eric playing deathmatch,
Yep.
or like the cover art with the spray. That was an Eric idea. That was an Eric Godflow official idea. So shout out
Fire.
Eric for that. That was a great idea.
Shout out Eric.
We would get on Discord calls and like go and theory craft and figure out what the hell we're gonna do, and it was just so much fun. And then after we did the first one, we were like, we got to do this again. So we just started with Source. We were like, same idea, but it's Counter Strike Source. Let's do it bigger. Let's do it better. And I think 1.6. I think in my head, maybe subconsciously or not, I was trying to make it like, because Counter Strike 1.6 came out in '99, and I think at that I was trying to make the music sound like it would have been in '99, like boom bap ish. Source came out in '04. I think I was trying to make the music sound like music or hip hop did in 2004, like mid 2000s kind of music.
Mm-hmm.
But then Ravenholm took a bit of a U-turn. I think Half-Life 2 is one of the greatest games of all time. Give me some W's in the chat if you like Half-Life 2. I'm a nerd about that game. Anyway,
Swaine made me buy Half-Life 2 again. Well, he didn't make me, but he said the album was influenced by it after playing Citadel on an Instagram live, and I was just captivated by the song itself. And then he was just like, yeah, man, the whole album's, and I was like, okay, I'm buying it right now so I can actually tap in. So just wanted to say.
So so after Source, we were like, what are we gonna do? I want to do like a trilogy. And I was like, what if we came to the idea of what if we do Half-Life 2, but focus on like the horror aspect of Half-Life 2, because Half-Life 2 it's not really a horror game, but it has horror elements.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, let's focus on Ravenholm. For those of you that don't know, there's a chapter in the game Half-Life 2 where you go to a place called Ravenholm. The chapter is called We Don't Go to Ravenholm. The reason we don't go to Ravenholm is because TLDR, Ravenholm has been overrun by zombies, basically.
Okay.
Let's just call it that. And I tried to make the album sound like, first of all, it has a very 80s theme. That I'm not really sure why we did. I think it was just cool. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
And I tried to write the album from the perspective of both Gordon Freeman, which is the main character of Half-Life,
Yep.
and also just random inconsequential people that live in Ravenholm or may have lived in Ravenholm at some point in that world or universe and are trying to just make it out or survive with all of these zombies and, yes, head crabs and scary shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the Combine, there's a lot of references to the Combine. If for those of you that don't know or haven't played that game, which I strongly recommend you do.
Me too. Do it, guys.
Half-Life 2 is about, I'll give you a short summary. It's about the world has been conquered by an interdimensional species that is unbelievably powerful. Like, they won the world in 7 hours. Basically, that's the official lore. It's a 7-hour war. It's called. So that's how powerful they are. So it's from the perspective of Gordon fighting the Combine and citizens fighting to get out of Ravenholm. And it took on that kind of role. And yeah, that's what it was. And that was a great time. And I love that album. And I love that trilogy. And it was some of the most fun I've ever had making music. Yeah.
So you said you didn't know where like the 80s feel came from for Ravenholm. That is like such a poppy hip hop album. I wrote that it's pop colors over a hip hop spine. So what do you think kind of like finally clicked in that one with your creativity and Eric's creativity coming together? Was that something you guys planned to be a pop album, or was it just ideas you were throwing at the wall?
I think after doing 2 very rappy albums, we were like, let's try something else. Like, let's not just do more rap. Let's try. I at the time was like, I want to be melodic. Like, I want to listen to Michael Jackson and The Weeknd and Justin Timberlake as inspiration, which I already was for stuff in 1.6. Like, for example, Scout's Knives. That song is very Justin Timberlake influence. Eric did beatboxing on the beat and stuff.
Oh my God, it's so good,
Eric
guys.
Is just so. Oh, thank you. Eric is just so versatile. The guy can do literally anything you ask him to in terms of beats and beat making. And yeah, we just agreed let's go for something more melodic, maybe more slow, maybe R&B, maybe pop, and that's what we ended up coming out with. And Eric, I mean Eric just started making beats and he started sending them, and they were all, not all, but most of them were very 80s sounding, and I was like, I fuck with this, like we should just do this. And that's how that came to be.
Okay. That's I say it every time that the album comes up, every time that I even think about it. That was the album of the year. That year. Without a doubt. In my mind, in my heart, that was Grammy worthy. Like seriously. It was really award worthy, because that, after hearing such two really hard hip hop albums that had the Counter-Strike pacing, you slowed it down, but still had the hip hop element in there while you brought out insane vocals, bro. And let's not forget the throwaways that you dropped afterwards, bro. Like, I think it was only two, right? Only two throwaways from it that you dropped.
For Raven Home, yeah. Every one of the albums had throwaways, but that one had two.
Yeah.
They were just two songs that didn't really make the cut.
And I remember he dropped one that had like a house mix on it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's the name of it, bro? No way, I'm blanking on it right now.
I know how it sounds in my head, but I couldn't even tell you the name myself.
I know exactly how it sounds, bro. I could start singing right now. They told me they don't go there. They told me not to. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell on Earth.
Hell on Earth. Dude, we just did it at the same time. That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, word. Yeah, Wasted. He said, read the chat. ... Bro,
oh, sorry, Wasted.
Wasted, we are live.
Wasted, I read that to find out. Thank you. Live acapella from Swaine. There you go.
But yeah, Raven Home, fantastic. Counter-Strike, the pacing of it, playing into the music, amazing. 1.6 Source, Raven Home, the first trilogy, awesome. Chat, if you guys don't know it, go look it up. Seriously, you won't regret even listening to any of this music because it's all good listens, and it kind of tells a story, bro. Like I feel like there's a storyline behind these albums. Because like I said earlier, you have a process with intent. You don't want to just put something out there like an album that doesn't make sense together. So in the future, I'm dropping it now. I'm kind of leaking, but I will be doing a Raven Home deep dive on this channel at sometime in the future. Just because I think it deserves it. Moving on from that first. Sorry, what?
I was just gonna say whenever that happens, that deep dive, I will be there to watch it because I'm very curious to see how.
Let's go.
I've never had someone external from myself analyze my work to that extent. So that'll be cool. That'll be very cool.
Sweet. Moving on from Ravenhome, you did 2 tapes with Celty. Celty's somebody who I met in real life too. He actually gave me. Damn, I wanted to show it, bro. I don't know where my laptop's at right now, so I just fumbled the bag. But
the stickers.
Yeah, he gave me the MV sticker, the little dude, the punk. That's what it is, a Celty punk. What did Celty's production pull out of your voice and your writing that other contexts necessarily couldn't? Because his production is very out there. I said it before when I was talking about in the scene builders episode. I said it's very spacey, and he literally said himself that he just makes noise. So what did that pull out of you that others couldn't and that you didn't think was there?
I mean, after I had worked with Eric on those 3 albums, Celty is just like a 180 in the best way. It's like it was just he would send me beats and I'd be like in a good way, like, what the fuck am I listening to right now? But like, this is awesome. You know what I mean? I could tell immediately that it's very noise influenced, and also very like a lot of his beats are like you could tell like MF Doom influence. Like he fucks with Doom, he fucks with like that really underground hip hop shit. So
definitely.
And yeah, I mean he would send me. Not, I wouldn't say like standard hip hop beats, but more, easier to hit hip hop beats. But also he would send me like drum and bass shit, like
lag.
What's it called? Breakcore.
Oh yeah.
Like shit like that, and it was so fun to hit because I also love, and at the time I think it worked perfectly because I believe at the time I was listening to grime, like UK grime, which I love UK grime and UK rap.
Okay.
And those guys go crazy. So I was like, yeah, I gotta. Sutechi said I have to dip now. Hey, have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
For real. Thanks for coming, Sutechi. I appreciate it, bro. Thanks for all the love. Don't forget to drop a like on the stream.
Yes, please do that. But yeah, it was just like it was so fun to hit like it was fun to do a project that was like way different from everything me and Eric had worked on up until that point, where it was like I was a different artist at that point, like I hitting
Hmm.
all those breakcore drum and bass beats and shit like that, and just like yeah, it was a lot of fun. It made me feel like a different person.
Okay.
So it was a great time.
I feel like it was fun to listen to just because I had that same reaction on a lot of the songs where it came on, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then you made it all
Mm,
work, bro. Like, I don't know, it's a fun listen. That's something where I feel like a lot of your albums do have the storyline to them, but those albums are kind of just you testing ideas, you know. Um, I feel like he brought you outside of your box.
yeah, for sure. I feel like a lot of my early albums, and even today, I'm still like just trying shit, and sometimes it's really bad, and sometimes it works.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and sometimes you're not sure how it'll go, and those are kind of the best ones where you're like ready to drop an album, and you know there's some shit on there that people have never heard before, and you have never made before, and you're like, I hope it's good, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that was definitely a big step in like just expanding my artistic vision. I think a lot of artists get flack for this. It actually bothers me. I got to talk about it.
do it.
People get flack sometimes for like ripping genres and stealing genres
Mm-hmm.
to make their own art. But isn't that the point? Not stealing, but like the point of being an artist is to expand your art in every way. So if there's a genre you like and you're an artist, and if you're listening to this right now, if there's a genre you really like but you're like scared to do it because you think you might get criticized for it, just do it. Don't listen to anybody.
Facts.
If you like it and you think you can make it work, then do it. Um,
Just do it.
don't steal, obviously. Don't steal somebody's work or copy a sound completely. But if you're when I was before I made songs like Trash, which is like a Jersey Club song, or before I made I'm working on a new mixtape that has some hood trap genre stuff on it,
Ooh.
which I've never done before, but I like it. I fuck with it, so I'm gonna do it, and no one can tell me not to. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, that I just had to say that. But yeah, um, going back to Celti, I think it's like the guy comes to me with this crazy shit. Who am I to say no? You know what I mean? I gotta do it.
It's a challenge.
So yeah, exactly, and that's the best part. That's how you improve. That's how you expand.
Sweet, man. Um, you had a series of R&B runs too. More specifically,
Yeah.
the Round of Applause and Lost in the Virtual albums, which are also albums I hold in high regards. It's very they're heavily R&B influenced, especially Lost in the Virtual, dude. Where do you feel like
Mhm.
those sit in your story and in your skill set? We already know you got the vocal range, you know. So where do you think those albums sit?
For Lost in the Virtual, my inspiration every time I do an album, I used to do it more in depth before, where I would like make a whole playlist of songs I'm going to listen to and albums I'm going to listen to get inspiration, which was the case for Lost in the Virtual. I don't really do that much
Mhm.
anymore. I just listen to whatever I like at the time. I don't need to make a playlist. But anyway, at the time of Lost in the Virtual, I was listening to mainly "Thank Me Later" by Drake and "Take Care," the early albums, um,
Wow.
and also "So Far Gone." So that's where that came in, because those albums have a lot of R&B on them,
Yeah.
and a lot of like it was Lost in the Virtual was my attempt at like my attempt at doing my own version or my own take on the Toronto sound. The Toronto sound is very moody, very muddy, R&B. It sounds like nighttime, it sounds like December, it sounds like blizzards and snow. So that's what that was, because Thank Me Later, So Far Gone, those are albums that created and popularized the Toronto sound.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm from Toronto and I love Toronto, so I gotta I gotta carry that with me. I think I've always been trying to do that. I think because it's just part of my inspiration and my influence to
Hmm.
try to make stuff like on Moon God and on Space Jam and stuff is a lot of it is dark and moody and stuff, and I've always wanted to do that, and I'm going to continue to do that because it's some of my favorite kind of stuff. The Long Cry is another, I think, more fleshed out attempt at that, but um, yeah, that was my goal with Lost in the Virtual, to make like a just a very R&B slash rap kind of thing.
Yeah.
For round of applause, I think I had at the time not really fully like dove into my previous relationship, to be honest. And I think that was that. A lot of the songs are very like uh, how would I say it, like not reminisce, but like just kind of analyzing,
Analyzed. Yeah.
analytical, um, about contemplative. Exactly. Thank you. Um,
Wow.
about that situation at the time. To be honest with you, Round of Applause is not. I'm not super proud of that album. It was fun and all, but like I think it was super bloated. It had like 21 tracks or something for no reason. It didn't need to do that. Um, if I could go back and make it again, I would. Um, yeah,
Bro, there's a lot of free real estate.
there are good
That's
songs on it for sure. I just
that's a
yeah,
bedroom song right there, man. Like, I said that the first when it dropped, bro. I was like, okay, you're making bedroom music now. Here we go. Um, there's a lot
yeah,
of good,
for sure.
amazing songs on it. So like, I don't know. Don't downplay it. Maybe it feels bloated because of like the personal weight that it has, but it's a fantastic listen, bro. That's another one, Chad. Round of Applause is another listen that I think everybody could indulge in. Something on that
I
album for
think
everybody.
yeah, I think even at that time though, like even though it does, I guess, hold personal weight at that time, by the time I was writing that album, that stuff that I wrote it about already didn't matter to me. Like I
Yep.
was already over it. So like it didn't hold that much weight, you know. I didn't need to
Okay.
do that. Um I just think I did it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
Um do you mind if I answer one of the couple of questions in chat?
Bro, go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Um thank you.
That's why we're live, bro. I want chat to be one of the things with this podcast is I want it to be as interactive as possible. So if you see something, even a comment in the chat that you want to address and say like, "Oh yeah, that's funny" or something, bro, like go right ahead, dude.
Yeah. Okay. I saw one a while ago. Let me just come back to it and I will read it out and then I'll answer it. It was
Cylinder has a lot
sorry.
of good questions. Yeah, Sil cooks every podcast. Still like carries. Sil should host at this point.
Honestly, well, actually, these are both Sill's questions. So the first one is low-key, Swain. I got kind of a personal to me question. Do you have any projects or albums that you've made where you feel like a lot of the story you wanted to tell went untold or unrealized? You know what? There have been albums, um, specifically in the second trilogy, which I'm sure we'll get into.
Mm-hmm.
The
Next
the world
question.
is yours, Swain. That trilogy. What's the next question? Cool. There were some parts because a lot those albums are very angry. Um, there's parts of those albums that I definitely cut things out because I didn't want to beef anyone. um,
I'm the best rapper in the
it just wasn't
underground.
worth it. I like guys like he who shall not be named in this Discord server. I think you know who I'm talking about. Who's who's a little bitch, but like that I don't care about. But this was something that mattered, so I just didn't want to do it. Um, yeah. Anyway, the second question is, would you say you're at least proud of the journey and the things it taught you for the future? Absolutely. Even an album that I'm not super proud of mattered because I made it and I went through the entire process of making it, and it made me learn things about making albums, about writing, about rapping, about anything that you make as an artist is experience, whether it's good or bad. So, and no matter what your thoughts are on it, um, it's still exploring a different side of you and a different side of your art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good answers, dude. God damn. Swain with the W interview so far, man. Um,
Thank you.
moving on to that second trilogy with Eric. The World Is Yours, Swaine. 3 albums, self-defining, I'd say. They're 3 albums where you once again, where on Dunes, on that planet, you planted that flag. Like, this is Swaine. I feel like these 3 albums is another rendition of that, but it was more dialed in and more direct. Um, what did you strip away from the process to get to that tighter focus? The delivery and message is just way more straightforward than the other albums. Or what, were you just pissed?
I think a lot of it was just anger. I think that was at a point in my life where there was just stuff going on that I was not super happy with. So I just put it into my music.
Mm-hmm.
And there is an album in that trilogy that, again, I'm not proud of. Not because of like the lyrical content or anything. It just, I don't think uh, lived up to my standards, I guess, now. Which is yours, which the name also by itself doesn't mean anything, which is weird. But the album itself, I was listening to my main inspirations during that time were Eminem and 50 Cent. And I think I bit a little bit off of Eminem, a little bit too much for Is Yours.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there was that. But I think like the actual lyrical content, the themes, there was just stuff pissing me off. So I had to do it to him. You know, I had to let him know. Um,
Word.
yeah, I think part of art is expression, and or it's the main thing, and it's
Definitely.
also like a place to vent your frustrations and to vent your to put your true emotions out. Yeah,
Nice. Good answer. Um,
thanks.
to pivot, like I said earlier, you have a lot of now you have a lot of those ragey synthy turn up tracks. More specifically, I'm talking about UPS, Crucifix, and Tuesday, which is going to be played at the end of the stream. What itch do you think that you were scratching with those fast, hard, kind of like out of left field cuts? And I say that in the best way because when I heard, UPS, I said, congrats, my bitch made it clap for me, smoking all these packs. That's not something like the flexy side of Swaine. That's not something we hear too often. So where'd that come from?
Um, okay. UPS is what started it, I think. Well, no, I UPS is what started that, the flexiness. But before that, I made a couple songs. One called Crucifix, and I forget the name of the other one, but they were like new jazz. That's what the genre is. Um, and I was making them just for I think I heard, maybe I was listening to Yeet, maybe somebody, I don't know,
My
and
go.
I just fucked with it. Yeah, Yeet's cool, man. I'd love to work with him too. But anyway, it just I think it just inspired me. But the actual like rage flex shit, there's a guy I work with, literally at work. I'm not gonna say his name or anything.
Mm-hmm.
His producer name is Crazy. It's literally crazy. I'm not saying it's crazy. Check this out. I mean, his name is Crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I honestly forget exactly how to spell it. I think there's 2 X's. I'll have to find it. But he listens to a ton of underground shit, way more than I do. Um, so he knows he's on to like all the underground shit. So he produces, and he made the UPS beat,
Mm-hmm.
and pedal to metal. I think that's what the song is called. He made
Yep.
that beat too. So I think those beats just brought it out in me where I was like, if I have a beat like UPS, I can't be like fucking heartbroken on it or some shit. I gotta go for it. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
gotta go for the throat. Um, and then that bled into songs like Beach Bum, where that was me producing it, but it was a bit chiller, but it still had that kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And I think it's just cool. Like it's just a dope sound. So I just went for it.
Yeah. I think the fact that you have a series of completely serious, straight to the point, damn, this guy is pissed type albums. Yo, shout out Justin for subscribing. I don't know where you subscribed and how I got that notification and it scared the shit out of me, but shout out to you, bro. um, I feel like going from a series of albums like that where it's direct and you can clearly tell where somebody made you pissed, and then say I'm on shuffle and then UPS comes on and it's like, damn, like I didn't know that this was like, I didn't know where this came from type thing, you know? It's
Mm.
refreshing. It keeps your discography refreshing. So it's good to hear. I like when they drop. I like it just as much as your albums that have like your albums that have meaning. But the ragey turnip tracks, the flexy side of you couldn't be me where you're flashing the watch in the videos, bro. Come on, man. We love it.
Yeah.
We love it.
Thank
Like
you, man.
like I said earlier, it's not like he's out here saying like, "Yo, I got $10 million and I'm putting it on your head, bro." Like, nah, he's this dude. The watch that he had on was his. Like all the flex is his real flex. It's not a facade. Um,
Yes,
moving
sir.
on from those ragey hip hop tracks into something more recent. You already talked a little bit about the long cry, um, but I'm talking about Kiss of Death, the mixtape era, the rapping that's coming back, like the actual, on the rap, classic rap beats or classic beats. What new muscles are you flexing and building with those? Or are you
I
just
think that
exercising old ones?
I think it's a mix of both. I think that Kiss of Death is something that's a bit more akin to like my first and earlier shit with the added stuff from the Rage stuff that's like
Mm-hmm.
Flexy and Slick Talk and um so yeah, I mean I just found like cool those are all type beats. I found cool like West Side Gun and Freddie Gibbs and Griselda type beats and I just went with it. I wanted to make stuff that's just super like just like cool bars people can just sit down, listen to it, and just nod their head and be like, "Oh shit, that was fire! Like that was sick. That bar was sick, or whatever."
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that was kind of the thought process. It wasn't. It didn't need to have a theme or a deeper meaning, and I love. Part of that is because I love the mixtape era of hip hop when Lil Wayne was running the mixtape era. And I wanted to do something like that. There was the first mixtape called The Break and Kiss, and then before Kiss of Death, and The Break 2.
Mm-hmm.
Those were more like the Lil Wayne era because Lil Wayne back in the day, for those who don't know, if you don't, would literally a song would come out and be a radio hit, and Lil Wayne would rip the song off the radio and just make his own song over it, and it would be better than the radio hit, which is insane. And he would drop like 30 song mixtapes. Listen to The Drought, insane.
Oh my God,
The
bro.
Drought 2 specifically, and of course, Sorry for the Wait, and of course, um, Dedication. Um,
All of
any
them
of the Dedication ones, they're fire.
so fire. Um,
Shout out Lil Wayne. Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to say, and that was that. Those were the break. And I'm currently actually working on another mixtape that is more like those, where I'm taking beats that I love from other artists and just doing them myself. Um, yeah.
Word. Yo, W Jude in the chat, bro. That's Sil's friend. Shout out. Yo, Spooky Gang.
Oh, what's up? Hey, Spooky
Yo.
Gang's here. How you doing, man?
I'm
Long
a
time.
crash out, bro. That's the OG. Spooky Gang basically like is the layout for conversations in the sewer. I'm just trying to keep the torch going, man.
For
Like,
real.
dude, it's an honor to have you in my chat right now, Spooky. I love you, bro. It's all love. Um, so those were pretty much all my questions on like the albums directly. Um, moving on to a different part of the interview. What's the next body of work that you want? I mean, you just talked about it. So what's the next body of work that you want to make and what risk defines it? And who are some people that you want to try to build that vision with? If there's anybody.
Okay. There is actually an album that I have that I'm working on. It's not almost done, but there's been a lot of work put into it. That is so a year ago, maybe a bit more than a year. I don't know exactly, but I discovered an album that I love, and I recommend everyone here listens to it. It's called Two Star and the Dream Police by McGee, mk.gee. It is I wouldn't say rock. It's like R&B slash alt rock, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Think of Prince. Think of Prince. Think of the Police and Sting. Put
Okay.
those together, and you have McGee.
Okay.
And I fell in love with that album. I loved it. It was perfect for like I remember I discovered it in the winter in like February, so it was perfect. Or maybe not. No, not February. Maybe more like actually way off. More like November. Anyway, it was a phenomenal album. It is a phenomenal album, and he himself said he wanted to make an album that sounded like a liminal space. So there you go. It does. So I started working on an album because I was hugely inspired that I wanted to try my hand at like using guitars, not making rock or making emo or anything like that, or even um, anything akin to that, but just using guitar. And I would use samples. I don't know how to play guitar, to be completely honest with you. Um, and that album turned into not even using that much guitar. And the album is mainly fiction. Like the writing is not real. It's kind of just made up stories that sound kind of interesting.
Okay.
The problem with it is I really don't know what to do with it now. It's been like a year that it's been sitting there. I need to figure out what to do with it. I need to figure out what I need to rewrite and redo and re-record.
Okay.
I had Eric do a guitar solo on one of the songs and it was beautiful.
Ooh.
I need to figure out how it's gonna work and who I'm gonna maybe recruit to help me. But yeah, that's my next body of work. I'd say that's the one that's gonna be like the full one that I really put time into releasing. But I'm sorry to say, I don't think I'm gonna be releasing an album for a while because it's just more fun at the moment to create fun singles and then promote them with video game edits and reels and just do that. And it's fun to make content for my other songs to put people onto them. And I'm just having a great time making stuff like that.
Good.
I think in the future I may even try my hand at making like an album, but then drip releasing it, where it's one song a week or one song a day or something until the whole album comes out, and then repackaging it, I guess. But yeah, we'll see.
That'd be sweet, man.
That's my future projects for now. It could always change.
So if that's all you have planned, then this next question's not gonna, go too hot, but are you possibly planning another producer run like the Eric Godlow trilogies or a new long form partnership that we may not know of yet?
Partnership, not at the moment. I don't have anything planned, but that album that I mentioned is entirely produced by me, except for that guitar solo.
Self-production arc. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Here we fucking go again. We're in for a treat.
And there's like it's just there's no like it's not cohesive really. It's like there's a song that kind of resembles Jesus's story in like the Bible, which I'm not even really religious, but it's just there. There's a song that's about Red Dead Redemption. There's a song that's about like not even Red Dead Redemption, but just like the vibe of that. Like it's called Death Reincarnate, and it's about like like one of the Old West bounty hunter guys that just kill people for a living, and it's just like I don't know.
It sounds sick.
There's one about being abducted by a UFO. There's one about my girlfriend. That one's real.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Um,
Yeah, Jesus and RDR2 ask in the same sentence has me giggling. Literally, what the hell would that even mean? But yeah. Hey, maybe someday. I think I want to go live. Sorry, I think I want to go live more on Instagram and stuff, and just like play stuff. Just for fun. I can't promise that any of it will come out soon, but it would just be fun to just play stuff.
Do it, bro. Do it. I don't got Instagram right now, but I'd love for you to even just put yourself out there like that, man. Like, I love the freaking Ravenholm Instagram lives and all the Instagram lives I have tuned into where Eric's playing music in the background and you know.
Yeah.
It's always just a fun
play
time.
snippets and Yeah.
Would you score a game or build a concept EP around a game world again? And what is your dream brief for that?
Scoring a game, probably not. I wouldn't know the first thing about. I think there's a big difference between making music and composing music. I think that's really different.
Okay.
Um, Swaine, I forget if you're going to be at home base this Saturday. No, unfortunately, I'm not. I have a wedding to go to this weekend. Not my own, but anyway, uh, yeah, I think scoring something and composing a soundtrack for something is very difficult, and it's not something that I don't think just making music would translate
Okay.
easily into that. Um, it would be fun to maybe try that, but I don't see why or how I would take the time to do that. However, building an album around a game, I could. I definitely could. I mean, I have done songs about stuff like that, like the Red Dead Redemption one. Um, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't have any current plans for something like that, but
Okay.
I could.
Okay. To build on Mick's question, uh, I didn't announce it in the beginning of the podcast, but I actually was given permission to live stream the home base concert. So I will be driving down Saturday, and that will be broadcasted live right on the YouTube channel. Moving on to the next question, Dev. Yes, hey. Can you send me that video link then? It'll be posted in the announcements chat. I'd like to say yes, but I probably won't remember because my brain's going to be mush. Just to be completely honest, I don't like to lie and I don't like to get people's hopes up. So just subscribe to the YouTube. It'll be on there. I promise, guys. Sorry. Um, Next question is shit, bro. Damn, you're killing it, Swaine. Um,
Thank you.
Night Vibes. For those who don't know, Swaine is the Night Vibes man himself. That is the collective, Scotty, Swaine, Eric, and Sewer. Do you want to take that ecosystem further, like to a full on label in the future, if possible? More compilation tapes like you did the last one. Was that Highway 2? Is that what it was called? What was that MV tape y'all did?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it was Highway Tape or
Um,
Highway 2. Yeah.
or a series of the producer led collab tapes. Do you want to push the NV collective further?
I used to. I think I wanted at some point to like have a record label and stuff, but no. I honestly I've always kind of maintained, not always, but recently have maintained that Envy is like a loose collective.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like ASAP or like fucking Raider Clan or something where we're always together and we're always making stuff, and
Right.
or like there's other collectives in there underground, and I've heard horror stories about like we're in a collective, so we get in a Discord and we assign you partners to make music with. Like, nah, there's nothing like that. We just make our own stuff. We work on our own schedules and time. We're just friends, and it's just like a thing to be behind. It's like a thing to rally behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be like a like a like a gang, not in the criminal sense. I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not supposed to be like that. It's just
Okay.
supposed to be a group of friends that sometimes make music together and sometimes we just do whatever we want, and
Mm-hmm.
that's it. But it's just a cool thing to be under.
I think it's cool that you have that kind of that group, even though you're not, exactly a collective. I just think it's something cool that all of you represent it, and for a long time it was being put into the music. I think it's just cool that there's no pressure on each other, and it literally is, like you said, it's just a band of friends who get together from time to time to do it, but that's not the main focus, you know.
Exactly.
I wanted to
Yeah.
touch base on that just because the Night Vibes Collective, the logos, because you changed the logos recently, I think that's all
Mhm.
monumental in all four of yours careers. Um,
Yeah, and I think you've probably noticed that I don't put the NV logo on album covers anymore.
mhm.
Just because like it's not a record label. It's not like this is an NV release. It's just my release. So
Yep.
we don't have to do that. It's not that serious. It's not that deep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, building on the future, what's your touring vision? Do you think that you'd prefer small rooms, curated like events, curated nights, or festivals?
Definitely, if I had to choose, I would definitely choose like intimate, cozier venues. However, a festival would be really fun. I mean, we've all seen the Lil Yachty video where he walks out and shit. Like that'd be
Yeah.
crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'd love one of my goals, and I'm big on manifesting, so I'm always manifesting. I have a journal in my phone where I send letters to myself, kind of, where I'm like, "You got this," you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So like,
It's important, man.
yeah. So I think within the next few years, I'm hoping that I'm able to land in a spot where I'm able to tour. Um, yeah, I'd love to go on tour. I don't think I would ever do like a blockbuster world tour with 3 legs where it's a year of touring, you know what I mean? But like a
Yeah.
month of touring would be amazing. That would be like ideal. Um, yeah, I think I would definitely prefer cozy venues. Eventually, I'm hopefully, gunning for big venues where it's thousands of people,
Right.
but still, a space for us, not for 12 artists to come or 400 artists have these festivals. Um, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I know exactly
yeah,
what you
and
mean.
like a space where it's like your friends are there, your family's there, whatever, and everyone's just having a good time. That kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. I'm interested, man. I've already seen your sets and they're already fun as is. So I can only imagine what it'll be like if Swaine is either the undercard or the headliner of a tour. I think that would be phenomenal. And a full tour, not just one or two
Yeah,
shows. I think that would be awesome, not just for you, but for the scene too, bro. Just because the kind of music that you make is so rare these days, bro. Like nobody's rapping, bro. Nobody's rapping. I can't say it enough, man. I really appreciate the fact that you have that hip hop influence and you're not letting it go just for views or relevancy.
that's always been that's always been my one of my main things. People have told me before, like, dude, just make emo stuff, and like it'll be, you'll probably get more views. And it's like, I don't want to. It's not my kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that kind of music, to be frank. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I've made it a point for myself, mainly for myself, um, to make sure that I'm always doing what I want to do
Yep.
with my music and my art. And I am a hip hop fan. I'm a hip hop head, I guess, and I'm a rapper, and that's what I do. So you won't see me like playing a guitar and singing like in a punk way, because that's just not my thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I'll never do some weird shit that goes left for for a couple extra views. I don't really care that much. Um,
No.
yeah,
You've said
not
it.
not to sound elitist or something. It's just that's me.
You've said it several times, like don't send me guitar beats, I'm not gonna hit those. Like I think that's literally a
Yeah,
bar. Like I think that's a bar from one of your songs. I listened to like, not even gonna lie, like 150 of your songs before this interview. So
yeah, yeah.
I was listening to you literally all day. Like I was literally talking to Wasted in general chat, and he was like, "Hang on, he's listening to Peak right now," and it was pedal to metal. So
That's
yeah,
dope.
bro.
That's dope.
I think I think it's important that you stay yourself, man. And
Mm.
it'll take you way farther than selling out. And I don't think you even have the heart, or you can bring yourself to do it in the first place. Like
Mhm.
fuck that. Especially
Yeah, I
because
would feel weird if I did something like that.
yeah, especially the people who you model like your careers after and stuff. Like Russ is not a sellout. If you were like, "Yo, Russ, I used your template," and then Interscope came to me and signed me for 50 million, he'd probably look at you like you're a joke, you know?
Yeah,
Because he just made 50 million off of his tour. So
exactly.
actually, I
Exactly.
think he made more than 50 million because he sold 50 million tickets. But anyways,
I mean,
So
there's a bar. The first line of his new album. The first line on the first song is "Ran up 100 million off of music. You can call HSBC. They can prove it." That's fire.
that is really fire.
That's crazy.
And the fact that he's not just saying it, he has not only the
It's
stats
the truth.
and the numbers behind
Yeah.
his music, but he runs his own tours, dude. Like this is all
Yeah.
it's not some huge Live Nation marketing agency who's putting up all of this. Like he plans all of his own stuff. It's
Yeah.
He's insane. I think Russ is a shining star. It's crazy to think that would you consider him mainstream still? Because at one point he was like an artist who you would hear when you're outside, but I don't really hear much of him anymore. Not gonna lie.
I think he blew up and went like crazy, and then I think every time an artist blows up, you settle at some point. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it settles down at some point. You're not just gonna keep getting bigger unless you're like Taylor Swift
or
or
the
Drake.
weekend.
Um, but those are like one in a lifetime. Just like like people and personalities and stuff. So,
Right,
um, yeah, I think I wouldn't say he's underground, but I wouldn't say he's like mainstream either. I don't think you're gonna hear him like on the radio, but
right.
he's doing great. He's got
Fantastic.
hits. They keep coming out. Um,
He's
and yeah, he's doing his thing. I can only respect it.
Exactly. He's selling out arenas as an independent artist. And not just arenas in the US. Like this dude can go to he had a show, I'm pretty sure in Dubai or India or something, somewhere in Europe last year that
In
absolutely
Egypt,
sold out.
at the pyramids,
See?
he did a show at the pyramids and it sold out.
That's
Say what you will about Russ. I know a lot of people don't like him, especially in the underground scene. He is an underground legend,
uh
and he's arguably the most successful independent artist of all time. There's just nothing you can say about that. There's no argument to be made.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Um, you did
Yeah.
touch base on this next question a little bit, how you said that you'd go back and re-record or redo an album if you could, but we see this a lot now, where artists are redoing old stuff, remastering. Do you have any plans to possibly remaster, resequence, or even re-release parts of your SoundCloud discography so new listeners can onboard faster, like Dunes?
You know, I've thought about that. For some of my albums, especially the really old ones, it would be impossible because I've since deleted them,
Mm-hmm.
just to free up space because they're so old. But I've thought about that. I honestly don't think so. I don't think there's a point.
Okay.
I don't think it's not as easy as you'd think to just like remaster something. Like you can't just take the shitty vocals you recorded on some $70 mic and be like they're remastered now. They sound amazing. Like it's not gonna sound amazing. You know what I mean?
Nah, yeah.
So yeah, I'm always looking to the future. I don't think I'm gonna look to the past much.
Mm-hmm. Where would you like to push your sound next? Are you aiming for more self-produced R&B pockets? Are you looking at heavier rap, mixtape records, or the hybrid lane that I'm so familiar with?
I think it will just be an ever expanding hybrid where I will keep picking up sounds like Infinity Stones. I'm kidding. I'll
Mm-hmm.
just I'll keep like expanding. I'll keep trying new things, and whatever I like doing, I'll add to my portfolio, I guess, or my resume, and I'll just do them whenever I want to. If I want to do
Okay.
Jersey Club, I will. If I want to do hood trap, I will. If I want to do R&B or rap, whatever it is in that moment, I'll do it.
You'll do it.
And I'll just keep going.
Okay.
That's it. Just keep going. That's my main thing.
Is there any specific artist in the underground scene that you'd love to collaborate with, but you haven't had the chance to yet? And can you tell us why?
To be completely honest, I don't really listen to the underground that much. As much as I'm a part of it, um, I just don't listen to it that much.
Swaine X Melmige. Wow.
I
That's
love Mel. Mel's my fucking boy. I love Mel.
Don't you? Didn't he
I'd love
just
to work with
release a
Mel.
song with? Aren't you on one of the songs that he dropped?
Yeah, I've worked with him multiple times, but I'd love to work with him again. I'd
Yeah.
love to work with Miles again and Eric again and Scotty again. And but like, to be completely honest, and maybe maybe it comes off as wrong or something, but I just
Mhm.
it's just not like we talked about this. The main underground scene at the moment is emo, and I'm just not into emo, so I don't listen to it. And
Yeah.
underground rappers, there actually is what's his name, dude? Marlon Craft. That guy's fire. I'd actually love to work with him. That guy's super boom bap. He's from New York, I think. That guy's
Never
dope.
never heard, but I want to look it up, especially if Sill's already saying he's fire. I gotta tap in.
Yeah, Marlon Craft is dope. And also uh what's his name? What's his name? One sec, I gotta search it up. It's gonna piss me off if I don't.
Do it, bro. You got all the time you want. I only really have one more question. I'm not gonna lie. So
I got it. His name's Medani. Medhani. That guy's fire too. He's also from New York.
I think I've heard of
Um,
Madani.
Medani's fire as fuck. So I would those two. There you go.
Okay, cool. So if they by chance hear this, or I clip this and send it and spam it to their Instagram DMs, when I get
Hit me up.
Instagram back, there you go. Hit the boy up. My last question for you, which is, I don't know, I kind of feel weird doing this, but at the same time, you're one person who I feel confident in doing this because it's not going to come back and bite either of us in our ass. You're a man of your word. So,
Mm.
can you make a promise to the underground that you will never break? What's the line that you won't cross for growth?
I mean, I would never snake another artist um to like get ahead. I would never steal from somebody or fuck them over to get my own gain. That's definitely one. That's just some bullshit. Anybody that does stuff like that is a waste. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't. The other thing is I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, we talked about it earlier. I wouldn't just sign a deal. It would have to be distribution. It would have to be my control, my say on everything.
hmm,
That would be the only time I would work with a label. However, m- maybe this isn't maybe this is a hot take, but I would like to leave the underground at some point and go further than that. I think that's kind of the point of being an artist. Obviously, you want to
yeah,
make your art, but you also would like to expand to the point where you're a respected, known artist that everyone knows, not just a few people.
exactly.
Um, Look, I think that the way I see the underground is I see it as a league. Like we are, I'm friends with Miles and Eric and all those guys, and maybe I'm cool with I think highly of other people and I like them and stuff like that. But this is a competition to me at the end of the day, so
100%.
I'm trying to outwork everyone. Um, Obviously, in fairness, I'm not trying to cheat or snake someone or be that kind of person. I want to actually, through sheer will and work, outwork my contemporaries and my peers and be better than them. That is, to me, the point. Um, I'd like to, at some point, be regarded as like, if not, if I happen to stay in the underground for my whole career, I'd like to be regarded as one of, if not the greatest artist in the underground, um, at least for some period of time, if not ever. And if I do leave the underground, I'd like to be regarded as one of the, as at least to a certain group of people that like my music, to be one of the greatest artists they know and have ever heard of, if not the greatest. I'd like to be in people's top 5 lists. I'd like to be, yo, who's your top 5 rappers? It's da 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 Swaine. You know what I mean? So, um, and don't get me wrong, because I say it's a league and I think it's competitive, that doesn't mean I hate everyone. It just means this is a competition. Like, this is a sport to me. it's fun and everything, but where it's like how it's like the NBA. It's like Michael Jordan and Shaq are friends off the court, but once they're on the court, they're not friends anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to beat you at this game. Um, that's what it is. And of course, when someone else um, has their blow up or gains some kind of win, I respect it. And it's like, great, good for you. But I'm always working for mine and my turn.
Yeah.
And of course, I love collaborating with people. I love reposting people's stuff and sharing stuff that I like, and
Right.
you know, uh, like supporting my friends and people I respect and I love. And but at the end of the day, I'm trying to outwork everyone myself, and I'm trying to outwork myself too. It's a competition for myself as well. Um,
Damn.
but yeah, I would say sorry. I went way off the topic of the
Nah,
question,
bro,
but
that was deep,
the
bro.
promise is I will never um I will never snake anybody. I'll never cheat anybody out of anything. And I would never just sell out immediately and sign the first deal that comes to my mind, that comes to my desk, proverbial desk. And I'll make sure that my main promise, I guess, is that I will make sure that I forever, even after I'm dead in like 60 years, retain control over my art.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's really, I feel like that's a huge part of the underground, and that's why so many of us listen to this music. It's because there's not that filter, there's not the filler, you know. But a lot of what you just said, bro, with the competition and you're trying to outwork your peers, bro. I'm getting that 2014 Kendrick Lamar Control vibes, bro. Like, I'm trying to make sure none of your core
That
fans ever heard of you, like, like not that far,
I don't think I
not
can
that
get to
far,
that.
but
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I would make like a diss track on Miles because it's a
oh no.
competition. Like I'm not really about that. I just mean like sheer purely working. I'm trying to outwork that's why for me, like if I for whatever reason don't make any music someday or don't make a reel or don't work on some mixes, I feel guilty. Like it hurts me inside that I missed a day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's I keep looking that way because I see you on the screen. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Um, yeah, yeah.
Do
But it's
you
not about like some beefing shit. I'm not beefing anybody.
do you think that this isn't a question that I have. This is just a conversation between us now, Kat, just so you
Mhm.
guys know. Do you think that Control was actually a diss, or do you think it was him taking advantage of being friends with so many people and kind of just like name dropping them back to back to back? Because a lot of people did take it as a diss, but me, my 15-year-old self, I was just like, nah, he's dead serious. He's at everybody's neck. He wants to be the one. I didn't think it was like, oh, fuck you, Drake, fuck you, Jay Electronica, but a lot of them took it like that.
For me personally, I think I'm on your side. I think that it was just meant to be like competitive. I think
Mm-hmm.
though that I do think I'm not saying I would, but I think that the artist that felt a way about it maybe had a right to, because at the end of the day he's saying like I'm trying to make sure no one's ever heard of you guys, like so it's like I get it. I get it if you would be a bit annoyed at hearing that,
Yeah.
from someone that you might like and are friends with. I think he was trying to do a 50 Cent because 50 Cent put out How to Rob, and that's the thing that gave him notoriety back in the day. Where he was like dissing like fucking dangerous people in New York, like rappers and shit. Like, yeah, he was going
Kingpens,
for their
bro.
next.
Like, not just
Yeah,
like people who really had real connections. 50 put himself in a lot of danger with that one.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But yeah, I mean, I get it. I get the strategy. I get the tactic. It's just I wouldn't do something like that.
oh no.
But I could also I definitely see both sides. I see the artists' point that are like, yo, it's cool. Like I see the message, and I also get the artists that are like, I don't know how I feel about this. I'm kind of annoyed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the end of my questions. Do you have any questions for me or the chat?
Um. Well, for you, Dev, how do you feel right now? How do you think the interview went? How did I do? That's my
Well,
question.
my hands are no longer sweating. I feel great. I'm relaxed. I kind of was like on edge coming into this just because I plan, you know, this one I've been planning for a couple weeks now, like with the actual date.
Mm,
I told you I was gonna make it happen, make it happen, make it happen, and I didn't have that date until what, 3, 4 weeks ago.
mm,
But I feel like all of the preparation, all of the freaking out and everything, I feel like it was worth it. This was a great interview. Um, I couldn't have chosen a better guest. I mean, you're somebody who not only I have I'm a fan of your music. We kind of have that personal bond too. So it was literally just like sitting here and just talking to you and just, reading off of my notes. Like it literally was just it was fun, man. I feel relieved. I feel fantastic to say the least, dude. The chat, I feel like chat's been loving it. I feel like you had a great
mm.
time. You
I did.
I saw your face a couple times. Like I stumped you with one question. I forgot what it was, but you looked down and you're like, huh. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You had some questions that really made me think, which I appreciate.
Yeah, man.
I was waiting for this. Like when you told me the date, I was like counting down the days. I was so hyped to do an interview. I've never really done like I've only done a couple like long form interviews. I think one was with Spooky,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just been really like a handful. So it's always nice to do another.
Yeah, dude.
Um, yeah,
It's a lot of fun, man. We can have you back for another interview, have you back to dive deep on something, read community submissions. This is not the last that you will be on this channel, man. And hopefully in a couple of years when you got the tours going, I'm gonna pop up and have that little camera, like
of
come on,
course,
man. I'm here to
of
document
course.
the scene. I'm here to document your journey. I'm here to document not just Sewer. Like I know this podcast is based on Sewer, but it's I my intention with this was to give everybody in the community the platform, not just the man himself. Um and it's only going to help him in the end, like if anything. Uh I think it's a great opportunity for the underground. I think this is a great opportunity for
Absolutely.
me because I asked some personal questions like that. I was just like, where the hell did Ravenholm even come from? Like, I feel like I've asked you this like 3 times, dude. Like, because I'm still pondering. It's like, where did that? Because you guys just got in that. It's like Josh Allen in the QB pocket. Like, if you unfuckwittable, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
you know
Thank you,
ah,
man.
people are saying, Dev, I do not talk much in the server, but you're a very neat guy. It's super cool to see you doing what you do, see you getting to do what you do. I appreciate that. You guys are only giving me the
Dude,
opportunity.
y- you're a phenomenal interviewer, man. You're doing great. I love it. This was so fun. There was zero like awkwardness or dead air or anything like that. You asked the questions. They were good questions. They made me think. They made me really wonder. I've never really taken like a deep dive into my whole history, so that was fun.
That was
You're doing a good
sweet.
job. You're doing a good thing here.
It was sick. Yo. Yo, so if not for Dev, my wife, my kids, and my 3 animals wouldn't have returned from the underworld.
Thank God for Dev. And Dev let me borrow his Ferrari and his Bugatti once for a date. So shout out Dev.
Oh fucking way, bro. I can't stand y'all. I can't stand y'all. Well, guys, not trying to cut it short. It was a great 2 hours with you guys. But that was,
Flew by.
yeah, it really did, dude. I can't believe how fast that went. It was like I said, it was just two
Should
buddies talking.
Absolutely. I was gonna say, should we, before we cut it off, maybe take questions from the chat? Give them a chance to ask questions? Because some questions were there, but they kind of flew by because we're in the middle of talking.
Chat, if y'all have any questions, now's the time to ask them before I get into yapping for the outro. Thank you, Dev, for the interview, and Swain for your time and perspective. That's all I have to say. Yo, shout out you.
Well,
Shout
thank you
out for
very
coming
much.
through.
Yeah, thank you very much. Sil says, have you ever had something unconventional spark ideas and passion for you to pursue new things in terms of music? I think you said this earlier and I missed it, so thank you. Um, Do you mean like by unconventional, do you mean like outside of music or outside of like art in general? Like
Still with the big words, always.
out outside of art. Um hmm. You know what? There is a quote, or rather, well, it's technically from a poem, so that's still art. Um I'll just say it anyway. It doesn't really answer your question, but there's a poem by Percy Shelley, I believe. It's called Ozymandias. I don't have it in my head, but the moral of the poem is that basically the gist of the poem is that this person stumbles upon a giant, like, broken statue in the desert, and on the statue's like plaque or plate where it says something, it says that I am Ozymandias, King of Kings. Uh, Behold my vast and endless empire, or something like that. And then the narrator looks around, and all that's left is just sand. Everything's broken. Um, and the point is that no matter how good or bad something is, no matter how profitable or successful or endless it feels, time will eventually conquer everything. So I think that just inspires me to just keep going and doing my thing, because you only lose if you quit. I also heard that somewhere else. That's another thing. You only lose if you quit. I forget who said. I think I was watching a video on YouTube. It was like, the video was titled like what if it works, or something like that. And it was a bunch of streamers. It was like Kai Cenat and like Agent 00 and like all those guys. I think it was Agent 00 that was saying like, you only lose if you quit. So you just have to keep, the more every day, as long as you show up, you're winning. So yeah, shit like that kind of molds my worldview and my attitude towards this. But yeah, Ozymandias is a phenomenal poem. I love it. I think about it all the time. It's also the title of a Breaking Bad episode, which is the greatest show of all time. And it, yeah, if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, anybody here, I just watched it for the third time. That show is, how would I say it? Like, it's a magnum opus. It's it's absolute gold.
Wow. That was a fantastic answer. Holy shit. So you ask good questions and you always get good answers, bro. Swear to God.
Seriously.
So you're gonna, man, he needs his own segment for real. YouTube chat, y'all got any questions? Is there any more questions anywhere? I don't want to cut y'all off. He said give them the floor, so.
Yeah, I just want to see if anybody had any questions that we may have missed or anything. If not, it's okay. But
I can't believe
doesn't look like it.
this is
Okay.
off topic, bro. But the shawarma place we went to, you said that wasn't even the good one, and I can't believe that because that shit
No,
was
it wasn't.
fire.
That was the fast food version.
So good.
Bro, there was a place. There's a place that was from where we were, probably like 40 minutes away. But oh my god, it's so good.
Damn.
But we just didn't have time that day. Oh, Sil is asking another question. Thank you, Sil. We gotta have Sil on the next one as just like a secondary speaker to just ask more questions. I think that's great.
Yo, still interviewing you would go crazy. Still interviewing anybody.
Literally, yeah.
Crazy.
I know you said you have goals in place, but have there ever been goals that you've set that later felt wrong? Yeah, absolutely. I think stuff like the weekly songs, or like, there was a period after the long cry where I was making like reels and content for TikTok and Instagram. And it quickly became, just like with the weekly songs, it was like, at first it was like, damn, this is a cool thing. Like, I'm making this every day. It's like a goal. It's like a daily goal. But then I realized that I was starting to naturally, I think through like just being a person, that you naturally try to take the path of least resistance. So you like start to be lazy a little bit with it, and you try to make it as easy as possible. So it just becomes faster. And that's when it starts to feel wrong, because then you realize, you step out of it and you're like, wait a sec, like, this is like, I'm supposed to care about this, and I'm not really caring about it at the moment by doing this.
Right.
Yeah, that was it. That's why I'm so happy about the content I'm making now, because I love it's again connecting games with my music. It's something I love, where I love getting the footage of the game and then editing it. And I'm trying to do this thing where I'm editing it very frantically and chaotically, so it's constantly cutting, so that it works for the attention span of someone scrolling on Instagram, and it also just is fun. It's fun to like make cuts fit like every hat on a song. You know what I mean? Every hi-hat. So it's just like, and it's always switching to something else. There's explosions, there's gunfire, there's all kinds of shit, and it's just super fun. And it's fun to experiment with. I think it opens up more paths, and it's by default higher effort because you have to make all those cuts. You have to do that stuff, so you can't really take an easy way out of it. Yeah.
Fire.
I'm glad you like the game reels. They're very fun to make.
They're very fun to watch, dude. Especially when like it's songs that I'm like waiting on you to push a content for, like Canyon Interlude, bro. Like when you sent that one, I was like, finally, he's showing doing some love.
And it was Resident Evil 4. Yeah.
Finally, bro.
No, thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's fun, man. I can't wait to do more. I'm planning on doing like all of my favorite songs that I've released, which is going to be a lot of them. And then eventually it'll loop, and I'll start not reposting the reels, but using the same songs.
Yeah.
In different footage.
It's fire. Yo, I will attest.
Wasted says you inspired me to lock back in. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Wasted did say that.
Yeah, he told me that as well. It's very cool to see, and I think every artist should do it. Unfortunately, it's just the way of the world now. If you're an artist and you want to be seen, you just have to. You have to make content. The trick is, I guess, to figure out a way to make content that's fun to make. So it's not, like I said earlier, where it's just either super easy or simple, or it's not even that fun. It's just like you're going through the motions, or it's like, fuck, I gotta go outside and go in like on the street where people are walking by and watching me dance and sing to my phone like an idiot. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Word, dude.
I agree with that. So just because it's the way of the world doesn't mean you have to betray yourself in what you want. Exactly. That's why you have to make it something that aligns with what you want.
Facts. Damn.
There was a period where I didn't make any content because I started and I was like, this isn't fun at all. I'm not even gonna bother. But then honestly, Eric put me onto it. Eric gave me the idea. He's like, dude, you should try doing reels again and trillers and like try doing like game footage. And I was like, I'll try it. And then it was really fun. And here we are.
I love his reels of him just sitting there pressing on the keyboards and stuff, dude. Like, oh my God.
I like the ones where he's in VR, like fucking with people while he makes music. That's super cool.
Dude, Eric's so funny. He's just...
Yeah, I love Eric, man.
He's got a great personality,
Eric's
man.
guy.
Eric's, yeah.
He does.
Chat. Well, 2 hours, 11 minutes, probably 2 hours with the music in the beginning. Not bad, Swaine. Seriously, thank you very, very much for this opportunity.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I can't say it enough, bro. I'm at a loss of words right now without trying to read what I wrote, you know. I don't know how to feel. I'm smiling. I'm going to watch it back tomorrow and I'm going to be like, damn, that went so well, man.
I'm going to show my parents. I'm not even going to lie.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
My parents want to watch this, so it'll be cool.
That's sick, dude. I hope they love it. Shout out to your parents, man. But
yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to you.
Shout out to everybody. Seriously. Shout out to the viewers in the YouTube chat, the viewers in the Discord, the viewers who are going to see this after it gets posted, after I uncheck this go live button. But before I start yapping off on a rant like I always do every week, that was our conversation. We traced Swaine's early uploads, his self-produced chapters, the Godlow trilogies, the Swelty tapes, the hard single runs, and under it all, there's a code. Loyalty to the day ones, to the collaborators, to the craft, and to the art. Swaine, sincerely appreciate you pulling up, kicking it with us for a little bit, talking to the chat, being interactive, reminding me to let them ask their questions. It's been a great time. For everybody watching, his links are in the description.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I'm so glad we did this. I want to do it again already. So,
all right.
Thank you so much. It's fucking amazing.
All right, man. I'm going to start brainstorming questions for interview 2 then, because this took a long time to cook up, Swaine. I'm not going to lie. That's the only reason I didn't have a date for you, is because I didn't want to ask you questions that you've answered already. So I really
That's great. I'm glad you did your homework.
Yeah, bro. I try to do my homework at least on anybody who I'm talking about on the stream, just because the the worst thing that I could do in this position is fake anything. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to act like I listen to people if I don't listen to them. Like one of the homies was just like, "Yo, bro, you should interview this dude," and I was like, honestly, before Allentown, I had no idea who the fuck he even was. You know, not you,
Who
but
was it?
an artist. I'm not gonna say it
Oh,
because
okay.
it might be coming. So I'm not gonna say it,
That's yeah.
guys. But
That's fair.
yeah.
That's dope. Yeah,
So
man. There's if you're doing interviews and you're like not you, I just mean in general. If you're trying to interview people and you're like boring or asking stupid questions, then it's just like, what's the point? So I'm glad
yeah,
you did your due diligence and you looked at what other people have asked me. And I remember you told me you looked at Spooky, his streams with me and what he asked, so that you avoided asking the same questions, which is great.
bro, I even
And Spooky did a
rewatched.
great job too. Shout out Spooky.
I even rewatched the listening parties too, just because you answered
Thank you,
some
dog.
questions and then man. So I wanted to make sure that all the bases were covered of your career, and it wasn't just the basic, oh, you're an upcoming rapper, where are you from, what do you do, you know. Spooky
Yeah,
asked some really fucking good questions too, dude.
he
Like,
did.
wow, shout
And
out.
I think on that stream I did a freestyle,
Yeah, you
which
did.
was so fun.
It's
Yeah,
clipped on his channel too. Yeah.
yeah, that was a good time. Those
Oh
were
yeah,
fun
bro.
streams.
Oh yeah, bro. We'll have you back at some point, whether it's for another interview or we're just gonna sit here and chop it up. Maybe you get announced for a show. Again, a Toronto show like that, and we just build hype for it. Like, yeah, we'll figure out how to get you back and where exactly it's gonna fit. I'm not gonna try to force anything.
Let me know, dude.
Yeah, of course, bro. Let me know if there's any ideas that you have. Like, yo, bro, this could be dope on your channel. Even if it's you're producing something and you're like, yo, bro, I want to show my breakdown of this, or if that's something you'd be willing to do, let's do it, man. Let's do it. I gotta still get together
Sure.
with Tide for Silver because he's from over the pond too, so it's a little our schedules, especially the last couple weeks. I haven't been able to get a breakdown video out of him for Techno Animism or Baby Jane with Sewer, but I'm planning. I'm trying to give producers the floor, and you're, like I said in your intro, you're a multi-talented artist. I don't consider you just to be a rapper. You're a rapper, singer, songwriter, and a producer, bro. Like, you're a trick of all trades here. So
Thank you, man. Thank you.
seriously, thank you for coming on, man. Chat, next week I'm gonna take a little more time to build some hype for this Nashville concert we got going up. It is last minute, but I'll be looking at past concert videos on Reddit, YouTube, anything that anybody sends me. So if you have something that you want me to talk about on this hype episode for Nashville, send it my way using the /confess in any channel in this Discord, or you can comment it on the YouTube stream. I will see it. I will talk about it. Y'all always show out. I was a little scared for the last episode we did with Heber for the community submissions, but it worked out. So once again, Swaine's links, the SoundCloud, Spotify, and Instagram links are in the description. If you aren't subscribed to him, if you aren't following him on anything, go look him up. I believe it's Swain's World on almost everything, right?
It's on Instagram, it's just Swain's World, but on Twitter, it's Swain's World with two D's because Twitter already had a username that was that one. Let me just make sure. And then I think on TikTok, I'm Swain's World 1 with the number 1. Let me just double check my Twitter. Yeah, it's two D's.
Okay.
So they are a bit different. I apologize. I couldn't get the same username on everything, but yeah. I mean, I appreciate anybody that checks out my stuff. If you're new to it, I hope you enjoy it, and if not, that's okay too. Thank you.
Seriously, man. Thank everybody in the chat. Once again, I've said it 100 times since we stopped answering the questions. Thank you, Swaine. Without further ado, that's like I'm getting into something, but I'm going to close this out. This was episode 11 of Conversations in the Sewer with Swaine. This is the podcast that's from the people who built the community for those who live in it. We got to smile. Okay, we got that. All right. We got the smile. Thank you, chat, for always keeping me on my toes and following through. I hope everybody has a great night. Damn, man, this went very, very well. And I'm gonna see all of you back here next Thursday. Hopefully, all of you. If you don't come through, it's okay. I don't blame y'all. I get busy too. We had those 2 weeks where I had to pre-record, but I'm gonna get into this outro playlist that's 3 songs, and I'll end the stream, and I'll be chilling in the Discord chat for a couple minutes afterwards, like always. Swaine, thanks, bro.
Thanks, brother. Have a good one.
Yeah, of course. This song right here is Tuesday by Swaine. It's one that I referenced earlier in the questions. One of the ones that kind of came out of left field. A lot of people who listen to him reference this track as being hard, so enjoy this listen.
Speaking of Tuesday, there's a remix for that is made, that Eric made. So that will be released at some point.
That's crazy.
I actually just forgot about it until you mentioned it. And I was like, oh yeah, there's a remix for this. Yeah.
Clean, now the force is getting plenty muddy. What?
This song's dope. Shout out Shuriel. Great producer. Phenomenal producer.
I didn't know how to say it, so I didn't say it. I'm sorry.
Shuriel's dope.
Venomous on whoever want it. Scrubbing my skin to get the stain off.
Fun fact about this song, I wrote it by hand. There was a period where I was trying to write like pencil to paper, and this one was written like that.
All of my best verses been written off me with my blood boiling. And now I'm sitting in a parking lot, smoked out. Envy shows out, everybody duck down. Everybody love showing love till they flip round upside down. Where's the love now? I've been trying to choose peace, but it's getting so hard. Two-faced chill, just a regular Tuesday for some of y'all.
Hey. Come on, man.
Alright, I think I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys.
Peace out, bro. I'll talk to you sometime.
Love. Yeah, of course, man. Hit me up anytime.
Of course.
Love you guys. Bye.
Peace. Swaine's World out. This next song, he referenced it, said something about it, and I added it to the playlist as soon as he said something about it, because how could I forget? This one's called Scout's Knives. Yeah. Let me get some W's in the chat for the last time for anybody who's still swimming around with us. Thank you, Doa, for real. I appreciate it. Yeah. Hold up. Away from here. Only. Uh-huh. Song name? This is called Scout's Knives by Swaine. The link will be in the description. I have a playlist made for every episode. I'll drop the playlist link right now because it's not in the description. Y'all see how he's got the JT inspiration on this? I love being a Swaine fan. All these songs are bangers, facts. No tears left, keep me on earth, got me grounded in stress. Pressure lips that day when I dip. Effortless, no think about it. Kept to myself, just chill for a bit. Late nights again when I sleep, not a win. Psycho a piece and I go through again. Sequel and third and mean nothing, not a thing. Can't see away away from here.
To keep us both, please. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, get me away from here and keep me lonely. Oh, yeah, yeah. Can't see away from here to keep us both, please.
I don't even dance.
Get me away from here and keep me lonely, lonely. Can't see away from here to keep us both, please. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, get me away from here and keep me lonely. Oh, yeah, yeah. Can't see away from here to keep us both, please. Get me away from here and keep me lonely, lonely.
This community really has crazy talent. My goal with Swaine coming on here is basically having him to break down that talent that he has and just give him the platform, man. Hopefully one or two of you will look deeper into his music. This last song that I'm playing is one of the favorites amongst my friend group. This is from, oh shit, I don't know if it's the Celti. Is it Celti Tape 1 or Celti Tape 2? It's Swelty 1. This is called Crystal Ocean. After this one, I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. Thank you very, very much for coming through week after week. The new people in the chat, X Wraith. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Thank you for coming through tonight. I don't care if it was right in the ending. I don't care if it was you've been here since the beginning. Even just talking in the chat, I appreciate it. Doa coming out week after week. Knowing that it's late over there, crazy. Sil being like literally the #1 supporter so far, freaking amazing. Wasted, you guys are crazy. Lil Knight in the chat. Let's see who else was in the chat, bro. Night Owl. We got Urban. Yo, Urban, you are fire. You are fire. I need to talk to you at some point. My next couple weeks are very packed, but I want to talk to you some point about getting you on here and playing some guitar for us sometime. But Swaine, Audacity, everybody, yo. Everybody. Thank you very much. I've been talking about doing a podcast for so long, and the fact that I'm executing week after week, planning, it just feels good. As you could see in the beginning, I was a little worried. Not worried, like, because I know when me and Swaine get together, it's always a good time. I just want everything to be perfect, and I think it couldn't have gone better. So I appreciate it, guys. This last song, Crystal Ocean by Swaine, and it actually just broke. The bot just broke, so give me a second. Okay, we're good. I fucking love this song, bruh. This pod is home. I love it. Thank you. You did an incredible job with this one. Thank you. I'm proud of you for keeping it up, my brethren. Word. Thanks, guys.
Leave me if you can. Crystals to my rib. Too fast on my Vic. Listen if you care. Leave me if you can. Crystals to my rib.
Too fast on my Vic.
Crystals to my rib. Too fast on my Vic.
Come on.
Listen if you care. Leave me if you can.
Okay.
Crystals to my rib. Too fast on my Vic. Listen if you care. Leave me if you can. Yeah. Walk through the valley of shadows to gather some. I keep on finding them where I was, where I've been hiding out in the slums. We need some money, it's not enough. Cash in my hand isn't good enough. I need it all like a greedy fuck. For a good cause with me, just like the other way. Mind your own business and keep me from stumbling. Rumble my stomach, cause I've been so hungry. I need to finish line way before others did. This shit could keep us from being at the basement. Bottom of bottoms is fucked and I'm over it. Make sure it's over.
Thank you, guys.
Broken with me and my peoples, I'll make sure you're good and shit.
Make sure you're good and shit.
Make sure you're good and shit. Yeah. Make sure you're good and shit. Yeah. Make sure you're good and shit. I'll keep on eating shit till I get salvation. Crystals to my rear.
Let's go.
Too fast on my veer.
Come on.
Listen if you care. Leave me if you can. Crystals to my rear.
My what?
Too fast on my veer.
On my what?
Listen if you care.
Come on.
Leave me if you can. Crystals to my rear. Too fast on my veer. Crystals to my rear. Too fast on my veer. Listen if you care. Leave me if you can.
Yeah.
Crystals to my rear. Too fast on my veer. Listen
Shout out
if
Salty.
you care. Leave me if you can. Leave me if you can. Leave me if you can. Leave me if you can.
Thank you, Jude. I appreciate you even coming and showing love, for real. Sorry I didn't mention you. Damn. Jude W. Jude. For real. Catch me live Saturday from home base. Kennedy XOXO, Forgetful, Melmage, Bedroom Noise. I'll be there live in the flesh with my microphone and my tripod. Have a good night, everybody. And goodbye, YouTube.